Today on Am I the Update, am I the for laughing at my stepson and ruining his wedding? Hi Reddit friends, my update was taken down by Am I the for not having a good enough conclusion, but I do have an update. I had to condense it a lot for Am I the but I'm going to just copy and paste it here. Thank you to everyone who responded to my post. Most of you were kind and offered good advice. I appreciate it. Before I give an update, I just want to answer a few frequently asked questions. 1. I'm not an affair partner. My husband did not cheat on his ex-wife with me. We met about a year after they divorced. She was already engaged, not to current stepdad, not that that really matters. 2. Ben was at the dinner. He is autistic. I went into it more in some of my comments, but he was very upset. He doesn't understand what the argument was exactly about, but he was mostly upset at Adam for saying I'm not their parent, and then at all the siblings for fighting with each other. Anyways, the update. The short is, if you guessed it was related to Biomom, you were correct. I didn't want this to be the case. Adam rescheduled with Charles for Monday, citing Easter weekend. Fair enough. He also texted my husband to let him know that him and Alice would be doing Easter with her parents. We expected that. At some point on Sunday, Ellie texted Alice. I'm not sure what exactly was said, but it prompted Alice to spill everything that was going on with her parents. I have met them a few times, but they live a few hours away. They encouraged her and Adam to reach out to us to clear everything up. Monday, we dropped Ben off to Biomom's. He stayed an extra night for Easter fun. A few hours later, she began to blow up my husband's phone as Ben mentioned the fact. My husband answered one call in which she was screaming and promptly hung up. He texted her that the siblings argued everything is fine, and that if Ben has any further questions, we will talk about when he's back with us. From some of the things she texted, we knew she was the root of all of this. Monday, Adam also met up with Charles, and he did come clean. Charles texted us to see if it was okay if they came over after, and we said yes. I'm not going to lie, Adam looked a mess. He immediately began crying and apologizing. The short and sweet is that he's been trying to mend bridges with Biomom. Their wedding isn't 60 people, it's blown up to about double that, and they have been struggling to figure out how to pay for it. At one of their visits, Alice let it slip and Biomom jumped to help pay for things. It slowly snowballed from there from small requests to big requests. I'm not sure what the final nail in the coffin was, but it ended with Biomom requesting I not be there. Adam said it was easier to hurt me and risk World War III with his mom. Alice's parents were less than pleased to find out how they'd been with the wedding/budget, and even less so at Biomom's antics. They're trying to figure out how to start covering the payments Biomom has made. We've decided to help with some of this. Adam also asked if we can meet again in a few days with Alice, and we've said yes. There's still a lot of ground to cover for this to be close to mended. I'm still hurt, but mostly I'm angry on behalf of my oldest son. Now, compared to the original information that we had, this is quite the update here. And I did not suspect at all that it would be Biomom at fault here, or the root cause of the issue. But now I'm starting to think that the here is actually Adam. Because in Adam's own words, he says it's easier to hurt his stepmother, who is arguably more of a mother than his Biomom, and risk World War III with her instead of his Biomom. The case here becomes much clearer now that we have all these additional details. I'm not sure why it wasn't in the original post, although maybe she didn't quite know with all these extra details and things transpiring over Easter. But clearly a case here of Biomom also being an and using her son against her stepmom. The terrible turn of events here, and I hope that they find a resolution to all of it here. But I'm guessing there's not going to be an easy resolution here. Nothing certainly that will be clean and tatty, with the Biomom requesting that the stepmom not be there. Hopefully they can mend fences and all get along for at least this one day where they put aside whatever petty they have going on and they let their son have his day with his new bride. For my final judgment based on this update, I'm going to say that the Biomom is a huge and Adam is a mild for not sticking up for his stepmom and hurting her in an effort to mend fences and gain monetary benefit with his Biomom. Who do you think is the asshole here? What do you think should happen? Let me know in the comments, and thank you for watching.